right, welcome to the program 7 Politics. I am Austine Bitrus Sunom. Today, Nigeria is going through so many security challenges as we see a lot of threat coming from bandits. So many threat, and is becoming is unbecoming in a nation like this, where we have security personnel scattered everywhere in the country. Recently, there was an issue of threat by bandits of even kidnapping the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the governor of Kaduna State also, and some of our senators. And one begin to wonder why all this coming, as if we don't have security personnel. Today, the federal government recently told some of the schools, federal schools, to shut down because of these incessant security challenges. And the 2023 election is coming on board, and a lot of questions are coming up. Would there be an election? People are asking questions, looking at these killings every day. In fact, as at yesterday, about two police personnel were killed in Buhari State. The law school also there is under threat, and they are beginning to wonder if perhaps they might not have the call to bar in Buhari area council over there. So these are issues that are on the trend. As is also on strike, the nation seems to be hitting with so many issues that are besetting it. The 2023 election is coming on board. What do we do? Is there going to be an election? Would there not be an election? These are the issues we're going to be discussing today. Let's go on a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be dissecting a lot of these issues on the table. For advert placement, you can call the number on your screen.
And you can visit our website at www.7fm.tv.
7TV Nigeria.
7TV. 7TV. It's all about you.
Welcome back. Joining me to discuss all of these issues today is the former Vice President of the National Association of Polytechnic Students in Nigeria, and also the leader of the Arewa Youth Forum, in the Arewa Youth Movement. Thank you very much. And the person of Mohammed Saad. Mohammed, thank you for joining us in the program today.
Thank you for having me, sir.
All right. Let me get your take. You saw the threat that was issued by the bandit.
Yeah.
Of course, it looks like we're in a state of anarchy where anybody can do anything that they can do. Coming to issue a threat of kidnapping the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and even some of this. Let me get your reactions to some of these happenings.
You see, the truth remains that this country had a lot of administrative lacunas. And the reason behind all this, you see, this insecurity issue that is becoming a trend these days, that is always increasing. You never can tell the next place of attack. Happens because, if you could remember vividly, in 2014, similar issue happened before the election. And that is what some of those things that APC used as a market strategy to usher in President Muhammadu Buhari's led administration. And I believe this is also another way that maybe if Nigerians will be more informed and more enlightening towards taking decision on who will be the next president, I believe this would have been a much lesson to Nigeria, so that we will decide on the direction of our future as a country. Because the way this issue is coming, you more or less says as if most of those attacks is politically undertoned. They are not natural attack.
Wow.
On a natural basis, let's take an instance during the military era. You can now have some of those threats. So I believe the security architecture of the country is not well stabilized. there are issues everywhere. We had these attacks today. Before there is an attack, if you are conversant with the happenings of the country, you can predict if there will be an attack in a particular area, looking at the situation on ground.
You talked about 2014, what this administration used. I want you to expand more on that. Are you saying that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari literally is behind all of these insecurity challenges that we're seeing?
No, but at least they capitalized on that.
Okay.
To score their political point.
But people are dying.
No, I mean in 2014.
Okay.
They capitalized on that to ridicule the former administration and come into power. And the same is happening to them. So is it that they didn't plan to take over the government as at then? Because if you can follow up their campaign strategy as at then, you understand that during the campaign, some of those attacks, they talk about it as if it's something that immediately they come into office, they will take care of those things naturally. And Nigerian will be normal.
Let's do what looks like a comparison.
All right.
You said those were the strategy. I mean, their score points at which they use, of course, in the regime of Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah.
We saw security challenges.
Yeah, so many of them.
Are we increasing? Is it progressing? Let me use that word. Is there an increase in the security challenges we are having as compared to what we saw in the regime of Goodluck?
It has become even a business of the day in this particular administration. Because everybody today can be a bandit. If the security or maybe the government tagged a particular state or region with a name, you understand? They name a particular crime. Maybe like an instance of it is maybe in the Borno axis. Today, if there is an armed robbers attacked Borno to Yobe, Borno to Yobe express road, it will be Boko Haram. Normal armed robbery that used to happen before now, it will be Boko Haram because this is the name that they label the kind of insecurity around that area. If there is a similar attack of armed robbery again around Katsina or northwestern part of Nigeria, it will be bandits, ISIS and whatever. If you bring similar attacks in Benue, it will be Fulani Herdsmen. If you bring similar attacks in the southeast, like around Abia and some of those southeastern states, it will be IPOP. Because that is a common name that the security or the federal government labeled the kind of insecurity around that area. So our security agencies, I will not say whether they are not doing their work or they are doing their work, but if you noticed, there is a lot of power tussle around that axis. Okay. And the reality of this is the country of the federal government, they are not ready to face the security problem with holistic approach. Sincerely, they are just making a lot of money out of it. So if at all there will be this sincere approach towards tackling insecurity.
Sincere approach. What do you think should be the approach? Because looking back at some of the statements that the president made so many years ago, as 2011, and subsequent years before he became the president, he said he talked about granting amnesty to Boko Haram, and also he made a statement saying killing them is injustice. But Nigerians are being killed on a daily basis. Yeah. Some people have said, you know where these terrorists are. Why don't you take them on ambush and then
clear them?
What, should that be the right approach?
But that should be the right approach, because if you see the numbers of lives that are in danger outnumbered the numbers of the terrorists we are protected.
Wow.
So if finishing them, you cannot finish crime in totality. You cannot wipe it away. It's a natural issue, but you can regulate it. And as a country, or as a president or a governor, as a leader of a country or a leader of a state, there are some areas you'll be in charge. So if at all as a country, you don't even have the boldness to contain the excesses within your area of coverage as a governor, or within the country which maybe you are the president of it, then it means you are not even, I don't know the right word to use for that, but you're not even fit for that position. Because being a governor or being a president or being a leader it's more than just the name, the president or the governor or his excellency. There are a lot of actions
let me read
attached to
out,
it.
this issue is becoming, the ordinary Nigerian man is being affected every day.
Yeah.
And then, despite the threat, we're going to kidnap this social person, we're going to kidnap this social person. And even if the ordinary man is being kidnapped, I mean, we saw the Kaduna train incident where the poor man is still there.
Yeah.
Now, some of these bandits had come to say that we're going to kidnap the president, we're going to kidnap the governor of Kaduna State, Arewa. The confidence, the level of confidence that they showcase out is something. And I don't know, but that level of what do you make out of that kind of a statement? Remember, they talked about the Kuje prison, and they came and they rescued their people.
Yeah.
What do you make out of this statement? Because they did a video and then they showcase it out to people. This is where we are. That means they have a place. They could be identified. Yeah. Someone went there to do the video for them. Yeah. What do you make out of this statement? Coming out to say, well, we'll kidnap the president. Remember they attacked his convoy in the last, when he was going for, what do you make out of that statement?
Seriously, I think this is just a total failure of governance. That is what I would describe this to be. Because if a president of a country will be treated so low for a common terrorist to make this public pronouncement that we are going to kidnap the president publicly, it means they have caricatured our system of governance, they have caricatured our kind of policies in the country. In fact, this country is more or less they are more or less translating this governance into Nollywood, because this is more of acting. If a bandit can just come openly and say, we are going to kidnap the governor of Kaduna, we are going to kidnap the president of the country, is this more of acting? There is no any serious approach to this. And I want to tell you, any country that is facing this kind of problem is not progressing. So Nigeria, it's high time we wake up to do the right thing. That's why you asked me about whether if I'm in support of any political candidate earlier, and I told you I have not yet decided.
All right, we'll go on a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the ASU strike, and also, but before that, we want to get also, because you are the leader of Arewa Youth Movement, and these things are being perpetrated by you. So you tell us what your movement is doing to ensure that youth are being sensitized against some of these things. But let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll discuss all of that. For advert placement, you can call the number on your screen.
And you can visit our website at www.7fm.tv.
7TV Nigeria.
7TV. 7TV. It's all about you.
Welcome back to the break. Still on the program with me is the leader of Arewa Youth Movement, the person of Mohammed Saad. Mohammed Saad, we were talking about security earlier.
Yeah.
You are the leader of Arewa Youth Movement. Tell us what your movement is doing to ensure that, because this thing is happening in the north. Yeah. And of course, the Arewa Youth Movement is made of the 19 northern states.
Yeah.
What is your movement doing to ensure that they contribute positively to this incident of security?
Yeah, you see, first of all, every successful leadership comes with a better modus operandi, a better template, a kind of frame of work on how You can tabulate what will be your projection, you understand, within the time of your tenure. My organizations have been trying so hard to first of all unite the north central part of Arewa and other part of Arewa particularly. And one of the moves I took on this is around November last year, when we come into office, December to January, this year early, we introduced a policy like mindset revolution. That's what we introduced, mindset revolution. We engage people into discussion from villages. I have visited with the permission of traditional rulers of those areas, a lot of persons, and engage them into this. What did you understand by this? What did you understand by this? What is your perception about this? How did you react if there is so and so? An instance of what we've discussed in a particular village. We asked them, now supposing there is an attack in your village, and they said the people that attacked you are from Nasarawa State, and maybe they killed 2-3 persons, what would be your reaction? Is it to summon courage and defend yourself so that there will not be a recurrence of that particular attack?
All right, so quickly tell us the achievement that your movement have actually achieved within the
seriously, we have enlightened people to understand that Arewa means the entire northern Nigeria. That is Arewa, but it's a Hausa way of pronouncing the northern Nigeria. So it is not a particular word that identify either a Muslim or somebody from a particular side of the north, like Sokoto, Katsina. So the way most of our brothers from the north central part of Nigeria are insisting that they are from Middle Belt. That is first. And secondly, we had a program in Nasarawa State about taking off the streets the Almajiri and out of school children.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
You are the former vice president of National Association of Polytechnic Students.
Yeah.
They also have been on strike for more than 4 months now. What is really the problem?
You see, I was saying earlier, this 2019 to 2021 is not favorable to Nigerian students at all.
Why?
Because when you check around the cabinet of Mr. President, I don't think there are serious people who had more attention to our education system. When I was serving as the vice president of NAPS, I remember we pushed to like 2 state governors, including that of Nasarawa State through their Commissioner of Education, about implementation of 26% UNESCO approval on education. And I believe our effort give birth to the current adoption of that 26% in Nasarawa State. So the federal government is yet to even implement that 26% UNESCO approval on education.
Now,
Yeah.
some people are saying that ASUP should shift ground so that students can go back to school.
Yeah.
While others are saying that ASUP should continue, that the government need to take a pragmatic step in dealing with the situation. What is your take on that? Because the students have been
I'm not in
affected.
support that ASUP should shift back on anything. The government, is high time they react and they stop politicizing issues when it comes to education. How many times do they push their convention or primary election or whatever thing that will be of their benefit? The government of the day don't even have interest for public schools. And this is the kind of mistake we made. That is why today the government secondary schools and primary schools today are nowhere to be found, in as much as they pump money to them on a daily basis from universal basic education.
Just continue.
All right. So you see, the government of the day don't even prioritize education. It's not even part of their agenda. It's not part of their achievement as far as this 2015 to 2022 is concerned.
Now, what is the position of your movement as regards the 2023 election? We are seeing 4 presidential candidates in the forefront.
Yeah.
Are you in support of any of them, especially reacting to, the reactions of trailed the APC Muslim ticket. What is the position of your movement?
Yeah, the issue of Muslim ticket of APC, as far as I am concerned as a person, I would say, yeah, it's not a bad thing they do, Muslim ticket. But whatever thing you want to introduce, you will check whether if that decision is timely or demanding.
So do you think it's timely? I mean, considering the
No.
complex nature of the Nigerian state.
As far as I'm concerned, this is not the right time to do that. But it's not a bad thing they do Muslim ticket, but it's not the right time for it because of the lingering issue today in the country. It's not the right time for that decision.
Okay, quickly tell me, people have asked this question, would that be 2023 election, considering the level, the skyrocketing level of insecurity in the state? Do you see a 2023 election coming on board? Might people not be afraid to go out, even the threat of kidnapping the president and even some of these top political guns?
That would be 2023 election. But I think the election will be a surprise to everybody, because if you cannot control the government at the center, but I believe from our constituency, we can make a lot of changes. It will not be a normal tradition of a particular gubernatorial candidate to win flat rates like 2015, where you see a state will have one particular party that will win all the positions.
Who do you think will emerge the winner ahead of the 2023 election?
That's one thing I cannot predict, because this 2023 will surprise everybody in this country. And it will shock you. It will not even be the common parties that all of us expect, either the PDP or APC. It can be a different party altogether.
All right. Thank you, Mohammed Saad, for joining the program today. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much. That's all we can take for the program on 7 Politics today. See you next week as we bring more interesting conversation. Thank you.
All right.